let's shift gears and let's talk about meaning. Okay. This is really important to me. This is what Destinyworks was founded on, was the idea that there is something about you that is a calling and a destiny. And when a person does not know how to figure out the thing that moves them the most, the thing that they're put on this earth to do, and they cannot figure out how that relates to their work, there's a disconnect.
Yeah.
And they struggle because they don't know how to make sense of something that moves me so deeply.
Right.
And yet every day I'm not doing anything that moves me deeply. So can we talk about that?
Yeah.
Here's a quote I love, Dallas Willard. "You were built to count as water is made to run downhill. You were placed in a context to count in ways that no one else does. That is your destiny." And I love that quote because it implies, and this is my bias, that there were unseen hands that formed you as you are. I believe that's God. And I know you two guys would be in that same place. But it also implies that this thing about you, this calling on your life, sets you apart from everybody else. And this calling, I believe, is the most ancient thing about you. It existed before you did. It existed before your body did, before your personality did. Your calling existed. So it's the most ancient thing about you. And your calling is the most eternal thing about you, because when you operate in your calling, you leave a legacy behind you that goes on for generations. So it's ancient and eternal, which makes it pretty important.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So I know, obviously, the three of us, and individually and together, we've talked about our callings. Dimitri, do you have an idea what your calling is?
I do. I do.
You say it out loud?
Yeah, reverse bus. Yeah, I think it's, this theme of serving people that are underserved is something I'm highly attracted to. And the injustices there that surround that, to reconcile those. They will tell you, it fired, man, I'm fired up.
Yeah.
I cannot eat, don't matter. I have to address it. Every person we walk past that we don't help or support is just, it's blasphemy.
Yeah.
It is incorrect. That's for me, but that's how I'm built. Other people aren't built that way. They're built to see and respond to other things. And so,
and I love how you leverage that calling into, you want to stop the friction that are holding people back from the kind of life that you want to help reduce that friction.
That's right. And so systematically speaking, I've tried to build a infrastructure, a system to redesign and just to move people through social services in a frictionless way, or with less friction. Because the individual, and this is why I applaud you guys, which is why I'm attracted to Destinyworks. It's like, man, individually this is great, but systematically, okay, I'm great. I got the books, I do the thing, I got the routine, I got my notebook, but man, the system, man, I'm still throttled, right?
Yeah.
By the system. And so I gotta put a wrench in those gears. We gotta break something. And so I'm breaking it.
I see the passion coming out.
Oh yeah. Yeah. See, when we talk about our calling, the first group of guys that I ever walked through the process of figuring out their calling were 6 former NFL players. They played for Indianapolis Colts, and wonderful conversation with these guys. But our conversations, when they were retiring from football, so trying to figure out, what is my calling now?
Yeah.
And it was emotional.
Yeah.
Some of these guys were in tears, and these were big guys crying. Because calling is emotional. What's your calling?
Yeah. So my calling is, I want to help others grow and thrive. That's the short of it.
That's the short of it.
And then there's the entry points, or how do I do that? And the way I do that, because, and you talk about this, is we can have the same calling in the sense that someone else can hear me say, I want to help people grow and thrive. And they're like, oh, me too.
Right.
But the way I do that is unique to me. And the way I do that is by what it is I'm doing now, by coaching other people, helping them see something in themselves that maybe they don't even know what it is, understanding where they want to go, and then helping them kind of systematically get there.
When I talk about Charlie at the beginning, he was a doctor, but his calling, the thing that drove him, that he took all his skills and he turned it into mentoring other. His favorite thing, He would love to have med students over to his house and feed him breakfast and do a Bible study with him. He just lived for that because his calling was mentoring, and he did that within the context of being a physician.
Can I just say something? I'm sorry. The beautiful thing about even just our callings as they are presented here is mine is more focused on reducing friction and acquisition around Maslow's hierarchy. Here's a sandwich, here's some socks, here's some dry shoes, right? But then after that, okay, you're not hungry and you're not on the street anymore and you're warm, but like, now what do I do with myself? My identity is a homeless person or a poor person. That's not true. Now we hand them off to you guys, right? And so this kind of continuum of care, right? How our callings are codependent. And if we can live in our callings, the community wellness factor increases exponentially, right? I'm doing here's your sandwich, here's your dry socks. Now you're like, man, here's how you feel better as a person. Here's how you execute, right? Like, man, now you have a whole person. That whole person starts to reemerge again. Man, so I just wanted,
So I want to take off on that because two of you have done something with your calling. This is what I wanted people to hear. There are 3 ways that your vocation can intersect with your calling. First of all, your calling and your job or career can be unrelated.
Right.
We both know all 3 of us know somebody who runs a software company. He, like Charlie, is a mentor, though. That's what he loves to do. He wants to be at coffee shops and lunch and meeting with somebody, but he's got a career. He was running the software company, and that's okay with him. The upside is his calling is financed. The downside is he likes to spend more time in his calling, but he's got this company to run. But it can be unrelated. So a person could be listening to this going, I don't know that my calling's related to my job. That's okay.
Right.
But that should make it should make your job better for you, because now your job doesn't have to fulfill that for you.
That's right.
You have the calling.
Right.
So and it can be separate from your job. So your career and your calling can be unrelated. Your career and calling could be integrated, like you, where you're a coach.
Yes.
But your calling is to see people thrive, right?
Yeah.
You have integrated your calling.
That's right.
Because
I do that in other ways outside of coaching.
Absolutely.
That is more on the personal side, maybe through leading small groups at church or something, right? So there's many ways. I've just integrated it into what I do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Dimitri, what you've done with yours is you've taken your calling and made it identical to your career. So you've taken this calling and you've actually created a career, so to speak, around your calling. So yours is identical. So when a person listening to this realize your calling can be any of those 3.
Right, and still be viable.
Absolutely.
Well, viable. I'm still testing the viability part. Still working on. Because and to that end, I mean, there's real life, right? It's like the electric bill still due, right? I still got to get groceries, and sometimes that can slow down, throttle, change, edit what that looks like when you execute it day to day.
So we're going to have to wrap this up, but I want to say this to our listeners. Destinyworks has at its core, our core coaching we offer, in addition to the Vitality Journey, is what we call the Calling Quilt. We do it one-on-one. We do it in a workshop format. And if you'd like to know, those of you who are listening or following along with us, and you'd like to know what my calling is, what your calling is, and is it unrelated, integrated, or identical with your career, Heather or I would be happy, along with Tawana and Micah and Olivia, our Destinyworks coaches, to walk you through that through our Destinyworks coaching. We'd love to do that for you.
And what an experience! I mean, I've been through it. It changed. You are forever changed after that experience. To see your life pictorialized and see threads throughout that, and then from that thread you can say, oh, this is who and what I am. Now you can create a new garment with this shiny thread you have. That is magic. Just knowing that within itself, even if you don't do it like that, just knowing that is like, wow, there's an empowerment there.